what one of the biggest scams that almost everyone falls for? It's tithes. Every Sunday, people are conned. And let me make this very clear. I'm a Christian. I am not running down Christianity. But these charlatans, because we can't even call them false preachers, are scamming everyone. So, I'm not just going to run my mouth. Let me prove it to you. So, what verse do they use? It's in Malachi, the last book of the Old Testament. Malachi 3:8 is the main one they use. But it's crazy how people go to church every Sunday and pay their tithes. Malachi, where they use to prove that you need to give them 10% of your income, has only got 4 chapters, and people can't even figure that out. But here today, I'm going to explain it to you. So we're going to start off with reading the verses that they use. Malachi 3:8 through 10. Will a man rob God? Yet ye have robbed me. But ye say, Wherein have we robbed thee? In tithes and offerings. Ye are cursed with a curse, for ye have robbed me, even this whole nation. Bring ye all the tithes into the storehouse, that there may be meat in mine house, and prove me now herewith, saith the Lord of hosts, if I will not open the windows of heaven, and pour you out a blessing, and that there shall not be room enough to receive it. There is so much here to unpack, but first off, who is Malachi talking to? To find that out, we're going to go to Malachi chapter 1, verse 1. The burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi. Oh, maybe I read that wrong. Maybe it's to the church, but I didn't. It's to Israel. Next, we are going to go to chapter 2, verse 1. And now, O ye priests, this commandment is for you. Priests. Now, we'll go to chapter 4, verse 4. Remember ye the law of Moses my servant, which I commanded unto him in Horeb for all Israel, with the statutes and judgments. Now, we're not under the law anymore. Jesus fulfilled the law. Remember ye the law of Moses, not remember grace? Because we're under grace now. We're not under the law. So this does not apply to me. And tithes were only to be given to the Levites. So the Levites were one of the 12 tribes of Israel, and they were the ones that they were the priests. They took care of God's house. They did all the religious work. So when Israel was given land, the Levites were the only tribe that were not given land. Now they were given suburbs to live in, but they didn't farm. They didn't raise sheep. They didn't grow crops because they did God's work. So the rest of the 12 tribes would give them 10% of their, it wasn't even money. It was their sheep, their crops, whatever for them to live off of. See, notice where in verse 10 where it says, bring ye all the tithes into the storehouse. The storehouse were storehouses, like imagine a silo, like where they put the grain and such. And it was only the Levites. So, for example, the Apostle Paul, who actually wrote over half of the New Testament, could not take tithes because he was of the tribe of Benjamin. So he could not take tithes. And these so-called preachers, they are not preachers. These so-called preachers are Gentiles. I'm a Gentile. The Gentiles cannot take tithes. And tithes, as we said, is under the law. And when Jesus died, the law was finished. Jesus fulfilled the law. So me paying tithes is going back under the law. It's like saying that there was no reason, it's like saying that Jesus didn't die. It's like saying what he did didn't count. And there is so much on proving why the tithing system is not only not for today, but it's non-existent. This is going to be an ongoing series, and we'll see you back in the next video. And make sure you actually read your Bibles. Don't just go to the meeting on Sunday where they cherry pick verses out. Read the context, like we did today, to see who is, for example, Malachi writing to, because it makes all the difference in the world. And another thing, before you read, pray and ask God to help you to understand what you're reading. We'll be back soon.